Isn't it true that we're always going through some type of transformation? After all, transformation is a change. And going through a change is something that is constant in our life. And for me right now, I'm going through a huge transformation on YouTube. So thank you for listening because I need your help. You see, yesterday I went to a networking event and we had a phenomenal speaker named Melissa. And she's worked for companies like McDonald's and Nike. And she's all about creating a brand story. And she gave us a great talk. But as she was speaking, I just got this really, I don't know, just a really strange feeling in my body energetically. And when I get that feeling, it's like something's going on. It's almost like there's a shift, there's a change, and I'm able to recognize it by feeling that sensation in my body. And so I recognized it. I just kind of sat with it. And then today, I'm just wondering, what was that? Why did I have this reaction to this brand story? And really, I was questioning myself, like, what is my brand story? And then today, first thing when I went onto Facebook, I saw a memory from 4 years ago when I was attending probably my last conference as a financial advisor. And I was, all dressed up. My hair was totally different. And I'm thinking, wow, what a huge transformation just in 4 years. But I don't know about you, but the transformations keep coming so fast. Like they're just happening so quickly. Beliefs changing, life altering, however you want to say it. It seems like the momentum is picking up so quickly. And I'm embracing it. I'm loving it. And as I was listening to her yesterday, I really was asking, okay, so what is my brand story? Because it keeps changing so quickly. I mean, just 2 years ago, I sold my financial services business. And just 5 years ago, I started Thrive, Flourish, and Grow. But it has changed and developed. So first of all, Thrive, Flourish, and Grow. That is what I decided to name my business. And it goes back to the story about me setting my timer for 5 minutes. Finally, I was a financial advisor going, God, who am I? Like, why am I here? And when I asked that question, I sat for 5 minutes. And from day one, I received an answer. So I'm not going to tell that whole story right here, but I did that for 90 days. And on one of those days, I heard the word expansion. And I thought, well, that's interesting. I'm here for expansion. What does that mean? And so I looked up the synonyms and they were thrive and flourish and grow and a few others. But what I came to understand is that we're here for the expansion of our soul. And I was really going through that transition at that time. When I went back to name my business, I saw that I had written and taken these notes in my journal. And Thrive, Flourish, and Grow came to me as, yes, this is what I want to share with people. This is my story. I want to share that, yes, we're here for the expansion of our soul. We're not just a physical being. We're a spiritual being having this physical experience. And that's why I started my business. And that's what I love to share, as well as when we're expanding, yes, we can manifest whatever we want. It all goes together. And then my logo was simply a daisy with petals dropping off. Now, in order for you to help me answer this question, what is my brand story? I need to explain that very quickly. And the reason for the daisy with the petals coming off is I wanted to instill in people a memory of, I know for me, it was when I was about 7 or 8 years old, sitting in the grass in my front yard, probably on a weekday or weekend, like Saturday, just with no worries, no cares, having picked this flower, picked this daisy, taking each petal off, going, he loves me not. He loves me not. And just sitting there with that feeling and remembering what was going through my mind. And what was going through my mind was, what is my life going to be like? Who am I going to marry? What is this life have for me. Not with any judgments or care in the world, but just knowing that anything was possible. And that's such a beautiful, carefree feeling. And I think we lose that. We lose that. We get busy. We get working. We go to college. We get the degree. We get the job. We find the spouse. And we get busy doing. And so I always want to encourage people, go back to that feeling. Go back to that dream state. And really think about, what is it that you love? What is it that you want to do in this world? Because there's no do-overs. This is it in this physical body. This is all we have. So we get so busy doing what other people think that we should do. So that's the reason for the name, Thrive, Flourish, Grow. That's the reason for my logo. But my story, my brand story, I want to teach people how to manifest. Because that means that you can manifest a life where you're living in joy and bliss. And that's what I've been able to do. I went from feeling unfulfilled, I was successful, but I didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel like I was living my life's purpose, and I didn't know what it was. But I knew that it was more than I was doing right then. So I started searching. I started asking God, who am I? And that led me on this beautiful spiritual journey. First, I learned about manifesting. I learned about the law of attraction, and I had mentors like Bob Proctor and Mary Morrissey. And when you learn about vibration and you learn about energy and quantum physics and you understand, it can really come that easily. You can manifest your heart's desires. But as I started teaching about the law of attraction and teaching people how to manifest and really being able to achieve this joy, it even became more about that expansion. It's not just about expanding this life and having things. It really is about expanding your soul's consciousness. It's about truly understanding who you are as a soul, as a spiritual being, and creating that relationship with you and your physical self, your spiritual self. And I believe that cultivating that relationship is so rich and so vital. And so as I'm transitioning the story, it's not really a change. It's more like it's adding on to layers of knowledge and information incrementally. I don't believe that God, Spirit, and Universe gives us more than we can handle. And that same thing goes with what we can handle as far as our education and our learnings. So for me, I know that God, Spirit, Universe is just planting these seeds little by little. Here, understand this. Now take this information and share it. So again, I go back to that question about, what is my brand story? Is it manifesting? Is it living a life of love and joy and bliss? Is it following your passion or your purpose? Because I want you to have it all. I don't want there to be any limit or lack. I want you to have full abundance. So what is that brand story? I would love to get your feedback. And as I'm transitioning on YouTube, I'm transitioning. So I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm learning as well. And as I learn and as I receive more information, as I apply more information, this life just becomes more magical. And I want to share that story too. When you learn to love and accept yourself unconditionally, that truly is when the magic and the miracles happen. It's when things appear. It's when that thing that you want to manifest simply appears in front of you. And it's such a fun way to live. And I want to share that. But I know a lot of people are not in a place where they're loving themselves. Now, I'm not talking about self-care. I'm talking about truly loving and accepting yourself, spiritually, mentally, and physically, accepting everything about yourself. As I'm asking myself this question about what is my brand story, things keep evolving so quickly. I was just a couple of years ago making videos and creating an online course and talking about manifesting and living a life that you love now. And that still holds true. I love that. And as I was living a life that I loved and doing what I love, I manifested a woman in my life who trained me and taught me how to do energy work. Now, it wasn't anything that I asked for. I didn't know anything about energy work. I had no idea, no concept of it at all. I had never been to anyone. I had never experienced it before. But God's Spirit Universe knew that this was something that I was supposed to be doing and bringing into the world. And since she trained me in 2021, my own experience with the energy work, talk about transformation, has changed so much. Yes, the technique I use might be similar, but the understanding about the depth and the breadth of the work has increased significantly. What I've come to understand and know through my connection with my higher self is that I am here to help people remember that they came here for a specific reason. And sometimes those reasons are no longer needed. For example, if you have a soul program that says, I need to learn about self-sabotage. I need to learn about being a victim. I need to learn about whatever it is. And then in this physical perspective, you're like, already, enough. I'm done. I don't need this learning anymore. From this physical perspective, you can change your soul's contract. You can change your soul's program. And that's what I'm here to help people do. I didn't know that a year ago. I keep getting these glimmers, this information is getting processed and more defined and refined and given to me at such a deeper level every day. Every day, I learn something new about how I'm able to help people and the testimonials, that the people's lives who are changing. It's amazing, and it's fast and it's effective. Like one session, done. So that's what I'm learning and growing into, is this energy work. And with that, I also love the hypnotherapy, because we have so many levels of consciousness. So it's fun. I love doing guided meditations and teaching self-hypnosis. We have so much power inside of us. There's really no reason that we have emotional or physical illness. It's just programming. And there's so much more that we can do. There's so much more. And as I'm learning, I want to keep sharing with all of you. That's why I'm doing this huge transition right now on YouTube. That's why I'm examining what's my brand story, because it changes every day. That's from my perspective. Sometimes you're in it, you're in your business. So that's why I'm opening up and just saying, hey, help me out. What do you think my brand story is? Because I know for me, when other people are sharing their stories, I can see it. It's easier to see it from the outside. It just is. Because I never sought out being an energy worker. I never sought out being a hypnotherapist. It all came because this is my divine plan. This is my birthright. This is what I came here to do. And when I stopped fighting, when I stopped saying, no, I'm supposed to be a financial advisor, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to have this business. When I decided to let all of that go, and listen to my higher self, my soul, and really work on that connection, then these other gifts came to me because I feel like that is my purpose. Our soul defines our purpose, but we get in the way. Our ego gets in the way and says, no, I want to do this. I'm going to go to school and become a whatever. But our soul has defined a blueprint. Now, in this physical body, we have free will. We can choose. And like Bashir says, and if you don't know who Bashir is, I'll be talking a little bit about that in the first video of my transformation coming up in about a month. But he says it's like your life is a corridor. That is your soul's blueprint. You're going to go down this corridor. However, you can go to the door to the right. You can go to the door to the left. You have free choice. You have free will. But you're going to go down the corridor. We have so much that's predefined in our life. But we also have so much power in the now. So you see, my story keeps evolving. My story, my brand, in my mind is exploding. So my stories, my teachings are also going to be expanding. And I hope they don't blow your mind too much. But that's okay. Because we are here to thrive. We are here to flourish. And we are here to grow. I don't think we're here just to be sitting around watching TV. Living our lives for 60, 70, 80 years and then dying. No, we're here to experience passion and have fun and live a life of joy. So again, I would love your input because there are so many levels and everything that I've taught here on YouTube about letting go and forgiveness. There's all these pieces that are so important to it. And everyone has their own thing that they need to change. Some people are stuck in the past. Is there a past? You're stuck in the past, but it's your now. And that's one of the things that I am learning. There is no past, present, and future. Like in the universe, that doesn't make any sense. Everything is happening right now. And that's all we have is right now. But the great thing is we get to choose right now. We get to choose. I decided to make this video right now. Before this video, I chose to go get vegetables to plant because that's what I wanted to do. What is it that you want to do? I want you to know that you are a powerful creator. You have everything that you already need to be able to create any life that you want. And it's all inside of you. Right now, you don't have to wait. So thank you for listening. And if you see a glimmer, if you see that brand story, I would love to hear your comments. Because right now I see so many threads, so many glimmers, so many flames of light going up. It's this story. It's that story. Is it the story of when my coach asked me, what are you going to do between now and dead? Is it the story about when my mom passed away and my world got turned upside down? Is it the story of when I was anorexic? There's so many stories to tell. So join me as we're going through this transition. And again, I would love to get your input for my brand story because I know it's so much easier to see it from the outside in. Thank you, my friends. Take care.